Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Where Are They Now? This is your girl, Kayla B. I am here today with Sam Green. How you doing, Sam?
I'm great.
Good. How has your week been so far?
So far, so good.
I want to start off with where you're from, where you grew up.
I grew up in Granada, Mississippi, a county outside of Granada called Gore Springs, Mississippi. That's where I was born at.
Okay.
Went to school in Granada County. That's where I grew up at.
Can you describe a typical day, what you did for fun, friends you hung out with?
Dad was a preacher, so wasn't a lot of hanging out. You go to church, you went to school, back home, and church again, and just an upbringing through church. Started playing music at church, playing gospel, quartet music, and from there to then band. That's where my music career started.
Do you recall the moment that fostered your love for music? Did you ever have a moment where it was like a light bulb moment and you were like, yeah, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
My dad would be on the radio and I started off doing solo singing for him. From there to 14, I started playing bass guitar, but I would rather play than to sing, but that's the way it was. But he would always take me to the radio station every Sunday morning to sing on the radio station with him. That's pretty much where I started, from watching him, and then I started singing. 15, playing at church. 16, I started playing for quartet, and that really was a boost.
Was it like your own quartet?
I was a kid playing for older guys.
Nice.
The older guys was the good guys. It's like kids didn't know anything. You had to learn, and older guys was already out there doing it. So I was good enough to play for them.
Wow.
And that's how I started.
Did you ever experience any moments where it's just like, is it worth moving forward?
Well, when I first started, you got lots of butterflies in your stomach because we would always meet other groups at different churches. And some of those guys was grown men as the musician. I would always be in a competition. You really wouldn't call yourself singing to be in a competition, but you would be in competition because you playing against other groups and they would be good, right? Who gonna kick my butt tonight? That's me as a child. Which group got the bass player gonna kick my butt tonight? It was like, oh, okay, I got some ham tonight. That ain't no problem. Each time you meet them, you don't know this. When you hear them, you know if you could compete. It was a challenge, but I ain't worried about them. Being a child, you gonna be nervous. And everybody that was good, I didn't mind you being good because what you doing, I learned from you. What I found I liked you doing, I takes it away by putting it in my heart and learn it. That was my way of to say, you can't beat them, join them. So I would join them.
Yeah.
I started off with one group. Everything was lovely. Then it started kind of being just not progressing, the same old, same old. Then I got with another group. They was okay, but they was traditional gospel. We ran up on a group that kicked our butt so bad. I mean, these guys was from Starksville, Mississippi. I went up to the bass player and he played and sang. Hey man, you looking for a bass player? He said, I need somebody to rest me up. I think he thought he was just in a conversation. I'm a kid just talking. By now I'm 17, 18. He said, come up to Starksville and when they got to rehearsal, I was there. I'm trying to think, did they have a show that Sunday? It may have been that Saturday. They so good, I got to join them and start playing bass for him. After 2 weeks, he didn't play bass no more. I had his job. Stayed with him until I moved to California in 1979. And I put a band together here before I moved to California. I was doing gospel, but I still put a band together. And when I moved to LA, kind of was in the boxing field, kind of like nobody knew I was a musician. The word kind of got around. I started playing at church. The word got around. They started coming looking for me. And that launched me back out in the music field. 1986, I recorded my first album. Been doing it ever since.
What was the name of the first album?
I Feel Good.
That's really interesting that you started with music. You went to boxing.
I was kind of doing boxing on the side all the time, but I wanted to go full-time boxing. I'm like, okay, LA a place to go. I don't like cold weather, so let me go where it's warm year-round. I can run, jog. Yeah. That's why I moved. Chose California.
That's nice. From Mississippi and then Paradise, Cali. It's still warm.
from Cali back to Mississippi, but that's where I'm from, so I go back, you know.
All right. I want to ask a couple more questions.
Okay.
Can you tell me what are some of your major influences?
Al Green was one of my influences. I like the Spinners, Teddy Pendergrass. I was into the real music. TK Soul, Tucker. Me, TK Soul, and Tucker, you probably know the new groups. R&B, my background. And I started playing in the blues clubs in California also. It's just that I got a little all of it under my belt once I got to Cali. Boxed for 11 years, but I was doing music on the weekend, playing bands on the weekend. And I just went to finding out a lot of musicians love playing, love music, but weren't serious. And I wanted to take it to another level. And so 86, I started recording. I kind of like went in almost like a one-man band, lay the bass guitar, play the lead guitar, do the all three-part harmony singing, sing my own background, sing my own lead. So it was like a one-man album, you know.
Yeah.
You know how old saying say you got to start somewhere. So I had somewhere to start. So I started there.
Wow, that's amazing. So do you have any social media platforms that we can keep in touch with you and see the work that you're doing?
I'm on Facebook. I got videos out on YouTube. As a matter of fact, you'll see that boxing picture on Facebook where I'm standing holding the gloves. I usually post something every 24 hours. Of my music, that is. Most of the time. It's right after pandemic. They let up the pandemic. It was due for the year before, but the pandemic was getting worse. So the lady canceled it. I had a 16-piece orchestra and they was doing track shows. Not to put nobody down doing track shows, but that ain't really my cup of tea. I could do it, but for interviews, is a better way to do it. You know, like you used to do on Don Cornelius.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, he had a real band. But now, you know, singing to the track, to me, that's called karaoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now it's called track shows, you know.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. I do have two songs that really want to showcase here.
Okay.
The first one is Because of Your Love. Can you tell us a little bit about what fueled the words, the melody? What's the history behind that song? I
was at church one day and a bass line came to me that I was kind of playing around with my stepbrother. And so we was at church playing for morning worship and a bass line come to me while we was kind of messing around with the music. Give me some guitar to this line. And he gave me the guitar and I'm like, I got to make this a song. And another guy was standing, he was like, wow, man, where did you come? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make this a song. So I kind of like played it a few times to make sure I got it in my head. And I got home and kind of like recorded it so I won't forget it. And I got on the lead guitar and started playing lead guitar. And so I'm like, okay. So I went on out to LA. At this time, I didn't have a studio. My friend in LA where I mix and master, Kenny McLeod, I went on out there and he always laughed and joke about how I would come in with a guitar strapped on my back and one in my hand. And he said, man, you come in ready, don't you? And I said, I need a drum track, man. I need you to play drum. And he jumped on drum and we recorded the bass line and the drum and I put the guitar on it. And I called up one of my backup singers. Well-known, used to be, still works with some form of them. The Supreme Sherry Payne.
Oh, wow.
I said, as a matter of fact, she out of Detroit. Worked with Diana Ross. She was on the road when Diana done that last world tour. And I'm like, Sherry, I need you to write me a song. I need you to write me a song. She is so extraordinary good. And she'll write it. And pretty much, if I tell the truth, she really does the writing for me. But once she write it, then I could take over it and I could make it me. So we write together, but she comes up with the idea of the writing. I'll deal with the music, but I let her come up with the idea and because she is so good. So she comes up with the idea and I'll take it from there. And So we pretty much co-writers, but if I tell the truth, she is the real writer. I give credit to the Bible said give honor where she is awesome.
Yes.
So that's that's where we come up with the name Because of Your Love. And
that's so sweet.
We try to
okay. Oh wow.
So that's how we got it.
Aw, thank you so much. You guys, we're going to take a commercial break and listen to Because of Your Love by Sam Green. We're going to be right back.
You're watching Where Are They Now with your host, Kayla B, right here on Detroit Hot Television.
Oh, yeah. Oh, because the day we met, I was sinking to the ground. The weight of the world was pulling me down. I know troubles can come out of the blue, but I don't worry because I found you. If I get tired and feel a little weak, your love surrounds me like a river deep. It lifts me up, way up to the sky. Just like a bird, I keep flying high because of your love. Ooh, happiness. I look to my right, oh, I look to my left. Because of love, all I see, all the good things you've done for me. Ooh, wherever I go, my reality is only you, baby, there in front of me. When you speak, I'm under your control. Your voice is like music to my soul. You turn this loser into a winner. Into your arms, oh, I surrender. Oh, yeah. Fairy tales are just in my mind. You're the treasure I was waiting to find because of love. Ooh, happiness. I look to my right, oh, I look to my left. Because of love, all I see, all the good things, baby, you done for me. Yeah, baby, I can weather any kind of storm. Oh, yeah. Because your love always keep me warm. And like a flame, my emotion I can't hide. Oh, yeah. A tropical heat wave you started inside. Love has no borders, no blurry lines. What's in my heart can never be defined. Oh, yeah. You makes me smile when I just want to cry. Then gentle kiss all my tears goodbye. Because of love, I got happiness. I look to my right, oh, look to my left. Because of love, all I see, all the good things, baby, you done for me. Oh, I got power because of your love. Because of your love. I got peace because of your love. Because of your love. I'm strong because of your love.
I really enjoyed Because of Your Love. Thank you so much for sharing. I also ask you about your other hit, Four Springs, Mississippi Funk. That's a very long name. What exactly is that about?
I was sleeping one night and I woke up and the music started playing in my head. And I'm like, oh man, it's grooving. And so I'm like, dang, it's only about 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time I get up, I'm going to be done forgot the music. Some things was coming to me in pieces about the song. And I'm like, maybe I should get up and get a pen and write what I'm hearing. And one man said, well, you got a studio out back. Get up and go to the studio. I got up and come to the house, cranked up the studio, dropped the bass line, sent to LA, said, hey, man, I need you to play drums again. Laid to drums, dropped 3 guitar tracks.
Wow.
11:30 the next day, was through with the music. I sent the file to LA.
Oh, my goodness.
And then I went to thinking, the kids always want to, like they can't sing a song without cursing and the B this and the H that. And I'm like, I'm keeping it clean, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm going to clean it up. And I'm going to teach y'all how. And I started off by saying, I'm a man that respect all women. Got children of my own. Why you call the ladies out of their name? Do you think that make you strong? Don't make you a big guy. It might make you feel big. And now we're wondering what's going on. I'm keeping it clean, if you know what I mean. Quick as I wrote that song, here come the pandemic.
Yeah.
5 or 6 months later, because it's July. July was when we shot the video. January when the album came out. And then I said, they're killing our kids in the street in the name of a badge. The boys always reaching for a gun, something they never had. And, I even put the president, I said, how we going to make America great again when you're going to cover up the president's sin? Some of it, the song come to me, it's a Jane Brown groove with a Marvin Gaye reality. Speak of what's going on in today's world. A lot of people talking loud and saying nothing. A lot of people don't want to write songs about the truth. If your children's supposed to be your future, is all you're going to give them is, when I get my gat, I'm going to shoot you, the H this and the B that. What about when the child is 13 and is she your daughter? Is you still calling her the B word? Yeah. So I'm keeping it clean in Gore Spring, if you know what I mean. Gore Spring, Mississippi, funk. That's where I'm from. It's funky. I'm in Gore Spring and I'm keeping it clean.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's like a really accurate representation. What's happening today. I think it's really important to bring people's attention to really important issues.
It kind of reminds me of growing up in Gore Spring, working in the fields, driving tractors. You know what I'm saying? Hey, do but keep it clean because you're going to work. You were not there with Uzis and AK-47 and you had to work. So I kind of just a song about my hometown. Gore Spring.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I definitely heard a lot of different styles. You have the opportunity to take a listen. So I'm really excited for our viewers to get a listen. So we're going to take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
You're watching Where Are They Now with your host, Kayla B, right here on Detroit Hot Television.
We are going to listen to Sam Green's Gore Springs, Mississippi funk.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Gore Springs, Mississippi, to Los Angeles, California, to Granada, Mississippi, the legendary, the soul man, Sam Green.
Somebody told me the other day your studio sound great. I said, I don't know what to tell you, wouldn't have it no other way. Recording gospel rap for these children of this world today. Recording R&B, Southern soul, got funk for the USA. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. I'm a man that respect all women, got children of my own. Why you call the ladies out of their name? Do you think that make you strong? When they go out in the street, they represent us. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We'll like to keep that trust. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me, Gore Spring. I'm keeping it clean. a Sarah. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Get me. Gorge Springs. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Get me. Gorge Springs. I'm keeping it clean. I'm keeping it clean. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Hit me.
Yes, I love that. It sends so many positive messages, especially to our youth. And it's a great representation since you are native of Gorge Springs, Mississippi. I really think it's great. You have so many positive messages in your music, and it's really uplifting. I know a lot of the things that I might hear, anybody might hear, it's very negative. It can have the potential to bring down the morale of those around us and all of the amazing experiences that you've had and some of the things that you've learned, the people that you've met. Throughout all of that, what is some advice you have for people who really want to reach their dreams and share their special light with the world?
If you allow me to, I would like to say having a mother, being in a wheelchair, pretty much my childhood life, about 12 years.
Wow.
And I put out a song. I don't know if you've done that one yet. It's called God Bless Our Love.
Okay.
It's a touching, heart melting experience. I mean, I don't do anything or go any place to do any show without doing that song because it's like a tribute to my mother, being in a wheelchair for 12 years. And it's in the song. The song is kind of like about that. I would give a shout out to both of my guitar players. It's just off the chain. Marvin Marshall used to play with the Temptation. Vince LeVogue used to be with Barry White. And Marvin turned me on to all of my background singers. So I would like to give a shout out to Marvin. Debbie Dye, beautiful white lady. She know I call her the white girl. She the white girl of our group. Debbie Dye, Sherry Payne, and Charlotte Crosby. I call them Sam Green Angels. So those are my angels. So I will. Aww. They started out with me and we are still together. Don't burn bridges that took you over. They was there when I started. I learned so much from them till I was like the baby of the group, even though I was the one out front, but I really was the baby of the group. But they made me who I am. I will never forget them. My cousin Eddie Willis, Funk Brothers of Motown, Eddie told me to find Marvin when I got back to LA. I was in Detroit recording an album and we didn't get to finish it. So Eddie gave me the names of who I need to contact Marvin when I got back to LA. Got in touch with Marvin. The rest was history. Everything else I needed, I found it. Plus, I knew musicians, so I had some. And Marvin brought in Leon Haywood, the girls, and Willie Hutch was one of my vocal coaches. The God Bless Our Love album at Leon Haywood studio.
Yeah, that's really important, to kind of like preserve that. I do want to know, what is something that you like to offer our youth?
I got a son, Top Dog, that was on Death Row label. Derek Wade, a.k.a. Derek Wade, Top Dog. That's my oldest son. My thing is that I got for the children. Clean up your music. Respect yourself. If you don't respect yourself, nobody else gonna give a hoot to hoot. So if you respect yourself, you gonna respect her. You gonna respect him. Yep. So my music is about keeping it clean. Let's clean the music up. I got my AK-47 under my jacket and you got yours. And if I bump you, mine might go off and everybody gets such bad languages on music today till it makes you throw up to hear it. That would be my recommendation, because if we don't, what you gonna tell little Johnny when he walking around with a Uzi at 12 years old?
Yeah.
I thought they our future. Training start at home.
I want to thank you for coming in today and talking with me. I want to thank everybody as well for coming out and tuning in with us. I want to thank everybody for supporting us. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Where Are They Now with Kayla B, your girl. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week, Thursday at 7:30. Don't forget to follow us at Detroit Hot Radio on our Facebook page, as well as our Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week.